Alright. Brenton Plays Magic is the channel. My name is Brenton. Thanks for watching. Always please subscribe and like the videos. Moving on to match 3 of this league with Ponza. To recap the league so far, game 1 was a win versus Blue Black Fairies. Game 2 was kind of a bye almost. The guy was playing some kind of budget, like a Jeskai favorable wins thing. All we saw the first game was a Mantis Rider with a favorable wins. And I had some stuff on the board, but the guy scooped what I felt like was kind of early. So I'm assuming maybe he had 2 cards left in his hand. Maybe those cards were just lands. And then the second game, he plays a land. Let's see. Yeah, he plays a land. I play Forest Arbor Elf, and I was going to be able to come back and turn to smoke his land, but he just scooped. So it is what it is. Let's move on to game 3. Keeping the 5-0 dream alive. We'll see how it goes. A part of me feels bad about stealing a game from a guy who is obviously playing a budget deck. Mantis Rider is a good card, don't get me wrong. You know, maybe he's got a lot more going on that deck that I just didn't see. Just been really unfortunate for him, maybe. But a W is a W, so we're going to take it every single time. My apologies in advance. It usually doesn't take this long to grab an opponent. Alright, there we go. Let's see what we're up against. Awesome, good die rolls. I think we've been on the play 3 times in a row now. Okay, so we can Windswept Heath into Utopia Sprawl on it, and then go, I guess, turn 3 Tireless Tracker, play a land, crack it, get a clue. I guess that's the route we go. He mulls to 6. Always encouraging. The only time this feels risky is if we find ourselves up against blue-white control or Merfolk, because spreading seas just wrecks us, man. That's been my experience. I don't know how else to quite describe it, but it just really does bad things to us. Alright. Okay. So, let's crack that. I didn't really want to do this, but for the sake of our mana situation, so we can go 1, 2, play the Sprawl here, have 1 left over, tap and play Tireless Tracker. Then that gives us mana to go right into Huntmaster the following turn probably, and then Storm Breath. So choose target force, this one. And we will pick red again. Play Tireless Tracker. And my, how I love Fatal Push. Thought Scour, okay. Alright. So that's good. Gurmag Angler and Death Shadow both in the graveyard. It's cool. So what do we see here? Do we see a Tasker or Angler? Because he's got enough. Fatal Push, okay. And now a Tasker. for Angler. Okay. A birdie of paradise. Alright, so what is cool about this is he, unlike if you watch the video of the Blue Black Fairies, we played a Storm Breath Dragon, I believe. I think it was a Storm Breath Dragon, and I was really confident that that card was going to do some work for us. Unfortunately, that deck plays. It was probably main deck. I assume it was. Might not have been, but he had Go for the Throat, and that totally kills the Storm Breath Dragon. I was hopefully kind of leaning on him not having a way to deal with it because all he had is Fatal Push, but he did in fact have a way to deal with it. Alright, so he's stuck on 2 lands. He's not hitting the land drops. That's good. That kind of blows. I really did kind of want the Huntmaster. The life gain was going to be very relevant. Oh, he's got a land. Okay. What do we have here? Chandra. Chandra does not suck. Okay. So we'll play her out. So red and green. So we can save a green for our bird. Green for the bird. Next turn we can get monstrous. We'll probably just hold the bird back and block is probably what we'll do. So let's do this. Oops. We'll just say no, of course. In either way, it's like he, if he gets through and kills Chandra, he does. It is what it is. And we just come back with Storm Breath and kill him, because I really don't think he can kill the Storm Breath. Perfect. So what does he bring against us? I'm not really sure. So Nisa is very good. Tracker feels a little slow and a little underpowered. And whilst, yeah, Bonfire doesn't quite do it. In the past, I brought in Trinispheres against Death Shadow, and it's usually worked. Baloth isn't the best. The life gain is relevant. However, he doesn't trade with either of the other guys, but this guy does play some discards, so it's kind of a tough one. I want both Kitchen Sphinx, and I want a Relic. Arg. Are Kitchen Sphinx and Relic enough? Is Trinisphere just win more? Because he can get around that. I mean, it really hurts him on all his 1-mana spells that he wants to play several in a turn. He's going to be on the play. Huntmaster feels okay. I don't think we want to go long enough to play Primal Command. And let's take out Baloth for a couple of Trinispheres. The cool thing about Huntmaster is he comes in, we gain a couple of life, and we get a token that will trade up with his big guys. I'm kind of just doing what I did last time I played this deck, and the Trinispheres worked. Alright, so that lines us up for turn 2 Blood Moon. I think we keep this. If he Thought Seizes it, it's cool. We still got Storm Breath. We still have Huntmaster. He doesn't always have turn 1 Thought Seize. Just most of the time. So he kept his hand. He's thinking hard here. For a Watery Grave into Thoughtseize. Because that's the way this deck works. Oh, Inquisition. Okay. So there goes our Blood Moon. Bummerooski. Okay. So Bird it is. Bird probably dies to Fatal Push following turn, which will kind of suck. Or Terminate. Okay. That card works too. Alright. Hit okay, Johnny. Johnny Quest. Maybe lost connection. And we're going to win bye-bye. I'll take W's any way I get it. Alright. Let's play that, because we'll grab a... we'll grab a Stompy Ground in preparation for the possibility that we draw a Blood Moon. Or a Trinosphere. Okay. That's somewhat troublesome. We're a long ways off from Inferno Titan, unfortunately. We really are. So I think we have to discard it. Okay. Well, it is what it is. Sometimes I wish it was a Molten Rain. I'd take a Liliana down a touch, but whatever. So he needs 6 to ultimate her, so I think we might be able to get her dead before then. Maybe. Or at least knock her down a touch. So there's a 3/3 Death Shadow. We need the land. Do we get rid of the Storm Breath? This really sucks because... yeah, because we can't play anything. Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate. Yeah, for some reason I knew it was gonna be a land. Nope. So we've got to discard. And I guess we have to discard our land and hope we draw land. I mean, that's the way it's got to be, right? And we take our beats. If we draw the land, that means we smash Liliana. For 4. Yeah, this match is not shaping up well for us. Relic's not it. We've got to hold on to it so we can discard it. Yeah, we're pretty much done here. Oh, he's playing that in here? I wonder if that came out of the board. Alright. Yeah, we're dead. We're dead. We lose. Finks would have been better like 3 turns ago while we're sitting here stuck on lands. Yeah. Alright. So let's concede this one. Maybe Trinisphere is not that great, and maybe we just want Bonfire for Liliana. Maybe that's what we want. Huh. Erg. Well, we're on the play. We did, of course, he's always going to get his turn 1 discard, because that's the way it goes. This is definitely keepable. It's a little bit slower, but we've got some payoff cards. We've actually got some hate. So if he thought seizes us, I kind of put some pressure on him. He has to kind of be like, okay, do I try to play around Blood Moon and have to stare down Chandra and Storm Breath, or do I take the Blood Moon, you know? Decisions, my friend. He does take the Blood Moon. Okay. Draw Blood Moon. Nope. Forest. I guess next turn we can do Chandra. Which is pretty rad, right? Or Storm Breath. Could he potentially have counter magic in his hand? Is a good question, right? Now, what could happen is if I play the tracker and he doesn't have counter magic, it just hits and he has Fatal Push in his hand. And, you know, let's try it. Let's try the Chandra. We didn't see any Stubborn Denials last time. He could have it, though. In which case, that sucks. And he does. Bummer. Bummerooski. Okay. He had it. He had it. So we should have played the tracker. Now, he may have had the Fatal Push, too. Probably. Right? So now I feel like we're set back a touch. And here comes one of his big guys. Yeah. Yeah, now we're in not such a great spot. And I knew we weren't going to draw a land because that's the way this deck works. It just kind of decides to fuck you sometimes. It's a good deck. I guess we discard Bonfire. The good thing is we haven't seen a Death Shadow yet. We can, if we get a land, if we draw a land and slam Storm Breath, we can still race them. She is not a bad one to draw. Not bad at all. That will gum up his board. For sure. How unfortunate. How fucking unfortunate. Well, she was a 3 mana. She was 3 mana for 4 life. Essentially. She bought us a turn. Now, does he have another fucking Stubborn Denial? We're getting greedy, I think. No, he does not. Okay. Now what sucks is we're winning this race. If he draws the Death Shadow, it's going to be big. Alright, so he doesn't have a Terminate. Alright. So next turn we'll play the Tracker. I mean, if he plays the Death Shadow, that kind of sucks. You know, it is what it is. Anything cool? Windswept Heath is... I don't really consider cool. But we can get a clue. Let's get in for our beats. Do they get through? Trying to keep the dream alive. Clue? Some cruisies. We don't quite have enough to trade up, which is unfortunate. God's name is he doing? Okay. So what's that guy do? Okay. So I get to choose a non-land card to return to the owner's hand. If we give him snap, he can snap and fatal push. Then he kills the tracker. Culligan's Command. 2 damage to target creature player. Target player discards a card. Maybe we just give him Thought Scour and draws him a card. We are what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're a mana away from making. Yeah, let's give him Thought Scour. We're a mana away from letting him monstrosizing our Storm Breath. So he Thought Scours. Did he draw Terminate or anything? Bad feeling about this, no? Alright. Well, it doesn't have to be right now. But we might as well crack that. It's not gonna, like, save the world or anything. Cool. We'll block right there. Good time for no shenanigans. Does he have it? Should I give him Culligan's Command or Fatal Push? Does he have it? Are we playing Death Shadow right here? Is that what we're doing? Okay, that's fine. Crack that. Forest. End. And you're dead. Yep. Alright. Stormbreath Dragon is the real deal. That one's a bit of a nail biter. Got closer at the end. At times, a couple times I thought about with this deck trying out Glorybringer. I don't think he's the best for this deck though, because we've got access to 7 mana a lot more often than what you would imagine with the Utopia Sprawls and the Arbor Elves. And a lot of our games go longer like that, which actually makes the monstrosity a real thing. It's like, I don't remember seeing the card get monster size, if you will, so much like in Standard, even though those games do go long enough in Standard from time to time to be able to pay 7 for them. But in a deck like this, it totally works. Now, in the Scred deck, which I'm also toying around with right now, I've got a couple copies of Stormbreath in it, because you can also get monsters off there with Koth of the Hammers -2, and with Chandra's +1 for the 2 red mana. So that helps you accelerate towards monstrosity there. But I thought about actually going 2 Stormbreaths and 1 Glorybringer in there, because Glorybringer has got the Exert effect, and you can, there's a lot of stuff that you can kill with 4 damage. But then again, against a deck like this, it's like, if this would have been a Glorybringer, we'd be dead. We wouldn't have won the match, because 4 damage does not take these guys out. So, I don't know. It's something to play around with. But so far, yeah. Stormbreath is just a boss, and if there was more room in the deck for 3, I'd probably run 3. But I feel like 2 is the magic number with it right now. So, thanks for watching. We're 3-0. Let's go for 4-0. Please watch the next match. Thanks, guys.